hi. Um, yeah, I still haven't fixed my light, which is why I moved to this corner so that I don't give anyone epilepsy, right? My hair is strangely ngembang, fluffy, no, like unkempt. It looks like a lion's den, but I don't know why I'm doing that, though I kind of like it. Anyways, hi everyone. This is week 2. This is the end of week 2. Almost, yeah, week 2.5, I guess. I gained 0 kg and I lost 0. So I don't know if that's progress or not. But you know, at times like this, I'm very thankful for the encouragement that I got from the girls in my Pilates class. So one of the older sisters, or in Indonesia we call them like Titi, right? So one of the slightly older lady told me like, hey, you're just starting out on your journey. I know you want to lose weight, but it's okay if you don't focus on losing weight, eating well, exercising and everything. She told me that she was chubbier during COVID period, and she was saying just focus on one thing at a time. So if right now I'm not even fit yet and I'm not eating well, then she suggested like, okay, fix your exercise routine, build it up. Once you get comfortable with it, then you can start reducing your calories, because that will make it a more sustainable lifestyle change instead of trying to do everything at once and then burning out and then starting from 0 anyways. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, because I think it's been really quite helpful. Like, I've almost kind of been exercising every day for the last 2.5 weeks, and I do feel quite a bit better about everything, right? The way I feel, the way, not so much the way I look yet, but I feel better mentally and physically. Anyways, what I want to share today was, actually I went out with my mom and I watched Mission Impossible, the latest Tom Cruise movie, right? And a sentence in that movie really resonated with me, which was, we are not any singular action, but we are a sum of all the choices we've made. I'm paraphrasing, I don't exactly remember the exact words, but it basically means that, right? That no single action defines us, no single choice defines us, but it's the sum of the total, all the choices that we make in our life that defines who we are. And I suddenly recalled this girl who I really kind of disliked, because I feel like she, on multiple occasions, did things that I thought was very despicable. But as I reflect on those words from the movie and as I think back about all the teachings that I've learned as a Catholic, I think we all crave forgiveness, right? We all want forgiveness. We all are not exempted from making stupid mistakes because of a moment of pain and a moment of anger, right? So who am I to judge her for acting out in ways that I thought was very low, simply because she was hurting? Because I know she was hurting, that she did those actions in retaliation. But yeah, and maybe I shouldn't judge her too much for that, because even though when I was put in the same situation as her, I did not react the same way, but it also shouldn't make me think less of her. Yeah. And another thing that I wanted to share was, I think it's called the Circle Maker or the Circle Prayer. I forgot, but I really love 3 quotes. It's actually the same page, but um, I was so I just loved it so much. I started sharing it to a few of my friends, so that's why I remember it, because I even translated it to Bahasa Indonesia. But it basically, the chapter that I was reading basically states that a God-given dream would always be bigger than your abilities and the resources that you have, simply because that's how the glory goes to Him. If it was a dream that we could accomplish on our own without any dependencies or any doubt that we'll be able to achieve it, then God is basically not involved in that process, or we might not give Him the credit, right? But the book states that a God-given dream is supposed to be so way out of your league that if it ever happens, it is the grace of God. And the second point was basically saying that impossibility is a delusion, because we as Christians or Catholics, we believe in a God who excels in impossible. So point number 2 was impossibility is a delusion. And the last point is basically stop focusing on the impossible and focus on the God who makes the impossible possible. So I think it's very relatable, especially for me, and especially since I want to open my own business, and I do have a lot of fears, right? Because I know how hard sales is. I know how tough this is going to be. There's no guarantees. There's so much risk involved. I'm not sure if I can make it, but I also don't know if I have another choice. I feel like this is the right path for me. I feel like after prayers, after consulting with A and B and C, I feel like this is the path that God has approved of. It's just that I'm so clouded by doubt and fear and insecurity that I feel stuck. I haven't even started, but I feel stuck. What a joke, right? But I think through my friends sharing and through me rereading this book, I am once again reminded that nothing that happens in this life is inherently good or bad, right? If we truly believe in a God who wants the best for us, even if the best for us might not, what we think is the best for us might not be in alignment with what He thinks is the best for us. But if we truly believe that He wants the best for us, and we truly believe that He knows better than us, then the Bible stories have proven time and time again that the enemy might have planned something bad for us, but God will turn bad into good. Which means if you think that right now you're in a difficult situation, or if something's not really going according to your plans, don't be too quick to judge that it's a bad thing. It could be just another thought that's needed for you to go through so that you can ultimately reach the final destination, which is basically what the graduation speech of Steve Jobs, right? Which is we are never able to connect the dots looking forward. We can only connect the dots looking back. And yeah, I know it's quite a random rant, but I just wanted to share my learnings for the day and my epiphanies for the day. But anyways, till tomorrow, bye.